Welcome back to Between Three Rivers. Billy Korshut, my co-host, and I, Dan Copeland, are here to share some more fascinating guests with you. And today we've got Ron Dick with us. Ron's a Fort Wayne native and well known as one of the founders of a very high quality architectural organization called Design Collaborative. And Ron, we're going to learn a bunch about that today. But before we get to you, we're going to talk about the new Pope.
I love it.
Other than knowing that he's from Allegan, Michigan,
and he's a White Sox fan, supposedly.
Okay,
right?
I didn't know that part. I did not know that he's a White Sox fan.
Yeah, theory.
So,
yeah.
Hey, well, it's just crazy to have the first American Pope in general, I think.
Yeah. It really is pretty darn cool, and love his stance on a lot of topics. And I mean, you're Catholic, so you've kind of been raised that. I was half Catholic. My wife Joni attended Catholic church, and we went and raised our kids that way. And so it's kind of pretty amazing.
And I was listening to his first homily, and it's interesting because he's like a missionary Pope, which means basically like he went over to Peru and just worked and helped people and all that. You know, I mean, he wasn't part of like a big church or anything.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see his views on everything. He's for the people and wants to bring peace and all these different things too. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and Dan, he's a White Sox fan. So there you go.
Are you a White Sox fan?
is that a baseball team? What do they do?
You're a Tigers fan. You're a Tigers fan.
Detroit.
You're a Detroit
really not.
fan
I'm not a
of
big
everything.
baseball fan in general, but I guess if I had to pick a team, only because I was born and raised in Michigan, I would say it would be the Tigers.
Got to be the Tigers.
Yeah. But
So I switch allegiances through my life. 1968, I was 10 years old, and so I was a huge Tigers fan.
Of course.
I've got a pennant, 68 Tigers pennant hanging on my wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's probably worth a couple of bucks.
Probably two.
Well, yeah. So they won the World Series that year. So certainly funny how I'm a fair weather fan like many, and
Your wagons are full. The bandwagon fans, right?
indeed, yeah. So now, of course, I mean, I don't get off topic here, but I've been
Is there topics in this?
Well,
this
we're talking about the
podcast?
Pope.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Pope, but,
All right.
but speaking of sports teams in Detroit, I mean, I'm a big time Lions fan, and I got really annoyed with the NFL when they started getting really political, which they've really backed off of. It's amazing how they don't do that stuff anymore. But so I'm a Lions fan too, way more so than a Tigers fan.
What sport isn't political anymore, really?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I suppose they probably all are. Everybody's got their thought process,
Right.
Yeah.
Shares it with everybody.
Yeah.
Well, Ron, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Have
having
you
me.
ever done anything like
I'm
this?
honored to be here. Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. Have you done anything like this before?
Never, ever.
Good.
So,
You've never been on a podcast? Really?
Oh, this is a podcast? No, I've not, Dan.
This is an audio and video.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's video
podcast.
here.
So people can see you too.
How's
Slick
my
your hair
hair?
back.
It always looks kind of wild. I'm not sure what's going on.
Do you color your hair?
I do not. Thank you for asking.
Speaking of
Billy does.
Speaking of
He does. It's clear.
pictures, and with you on it, Dan has a Business People magazine.
Oh yeah,
with you on there.
Can you see that, Jake?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. So we brought a copy of the issue. Should I bring it up closer? Is it?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
let's
the
bring it up.
little guy in the
Let's bring it up
corner.
because
Is that-
Ron's kind of small in there.
Yeah.
So tell me how I'm doing here.
Oh, Daniel.
We're going wild here today.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know. All right. While he's doing that, Dan, they can't hear you. The mics are over here, buddy. Do I need to tell
come
you
on
how
back.
to do this
Come on back.
podcast?
Come on back.
Okay, that's good. Thanks.
All right, so that's a copy of I think it's the December of 23 Business People magazine, and Design Collaborative was on that cover. And it's a wonderful looking group of people. And Ron's down there, looks kind of small, but
I'm like the only one sitting
right
down.
well, there was somebody else
So
sitting.
I
on
look
the
like
other
I'm
side.
3'2".
Yeah, but
that's
you're really
okay.
like 6 foot.
Yeah, you've grown a lot since
I have.
December of 23.
I was a late bloomer. Yeah, 6'2" now.
Okay, so tell us. I don't know much about your like first where you started.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
where you are now.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So yeah, we can.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Dan, you're good. So grew up in Waynedale, Ball State, graduated, and I started to work for a company here in town that we have a common friend. His initials start with a K.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Jimmy Kratzit.
There you go. Call out to James Kratzit. James R. Kratzit. And so was with them for 10 years, and then three of us that were with that group decided we'd try our own thing. So in 1992, three of us set off on our own to do this thing.
So that first job was architecture?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Anything you can remember that was like kind of cool that you did first?
Yeah, it was a perfect spot in 1982 for me to be and for my future partners to be, because that company, I was actually number 7 at that company, and when we left, they were at like 50 people.
Oh, wow.
So I was given all kinds of great opportunities, and to get to the point that we were ready to let's try this on our own.
What was that like aha moment of you were like, hey, I want to be an architect?
That's senior in high school. It's kind of I knew as a kid, I loved to draw. I loved to paint. I built with Legos, and I was good at math. So I took this aptitude test, and it said you'd be really good at computer science, or you'd be good at architecture. So I visited Purdue for computer science in 1975. Visited Ball State for architecture same year, and I said, this architecture thing, this looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's a big difference.
So it was
computer science and architecture. I mean,
Yeah,
in a way, those are a little different.
Completely different. I'd probably be a lot wealthier. 1975, I'd have been a computer scientist and gone into
IBM or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the iPhone. I mean, the computers back then were the size of this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is a perfect example of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, but so it was more of a slide into architecture. But once I started into it at school, and then later, it's really nice to drive around town, drive around the countryside, and see something that is going to be there long past me.
So tell us some of the landmark buildings that we can look to and say, oh, that was that was Ron's company.
Well, Design Collaborative, we've been very fortunate to do a lot of stuff downtown. From the Harrison, which is there at the ballpark, Cityscape Flats, the apartment complex next door, Skyline Tower, just recently the Pearl Art Center, and Promenade Park is one of our projects. So lots of really fun, good stuff downtown, and lots more coming.
Down Pearl Street, it is like a street you've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's really neat. I
really
like that.
changed.
It really changed.
Yeah, the idea was to take the landing, turn the landing, and come up Pearl Street, and hopefully maybe even keep going west. That would be fun.
I love it. So for those listening and for myself too, like, how do you describe an architect in like a few sentences?
Oh, wow. So you have to know a little bit about everything. You don't have to, and be able to know who to go talk to, like for the structural side and the mechanical side. But a good architect is also a good listener. So a client comes to
what'd
us,
you say?
a good listener.
Listener.
You're a funny guy.
Sorry.
You got to be a good listener, and we're really problem solvers. So people come to us to say, here's a problem to solve. Can you solve it? So you got to listen to everything about that and try to absorb, and then some creativity. We were just talking about your cousin Kelly Shields, one of the architects in my office, just a creative guy, and so you got to, and he's a good listener, and I like to think I'm a good listener.
Are you do you draw well? Can you like freehand really cool stuff?
Yeah, I can draw. I draw good, Dan. I draw well, Dan. I know he always corrects my grammar when I say I draw well, Dan. No, so on my job every day, I'm sketching something. I'm not a computer guy. They tease me at the office for being pretty non-technical. You know, the whole computer science thing aside, I am the least technically proficient. So I can't draw on the computer, but I can draw by hand.
So you would rather do it by hand than on a
Yes,
computer?
I draw. I would
think
rather.
there's something pretty pure about that.
It's pretty fun, and it's also my hobby. So when I travel, I take a sketchbook and sketch out in the environment, and it's kind of fun.
That was kind of my questions. Like, do you have a
Yeah.
full just sketch pad, like sketch pads everywhere? Just so you're like always drawing things in.
I'm
and-
sketching on something.
Yeah, because I feel like all of your guys' stuff that I've seen is different. It's not like the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's got such detail to it that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, that's nice. It starts with a sketch, and then you just continue to add layer upon layer of detail. Again, on the structural side of things, the mechanical side of things, the electrical side of things, you're adding a bunch of detail, and it's got to work well for the people that are in it, form and function, all those kinds of things. But it's also kind of fun to play with the form and try to do some different creative things.
Yeah,
in unique ways.
Do most of people like see things from like overseas, or how do they find these new designs that they come up with? Because I feel like when I go to another country, it's very unique too. Not state to state so much,
Yeah.
but you guys are coming up with some designs that are like pretty
I mean,
modern. And
I think a good architect keeps our eyes open and is well traveled and is also looking at magazines and looking at those kinds of things. And it's also impossible. We're at Sweetwater. I think musicians they sample things. I mean, they hear a musical beat from something, and that it kind of gets absorbed and becomes part of their music. I'd say it's the same thing for an architect. You don't even know sometimes, or for any kind of a design profession, interior designer, you're in the environment, you're in different spaces, you're in parks or plazas or museums or whatever, and picking those kinds of things up.
so
You have
tell
a whole
us,
list of questions there?
tell us more too about when you said you were one of the founders of Design Collaborative, right? So you and three other
Yeah,
Two
who are the-
others.
who are the
two other
partners?
gents.
So myself, an architect, Pat Pastrick, also an architect, and then Terry Wagner, mechanical engineer. And so again, it was a good balance of business. Pat was for sure our strategy guy, and a good architect and a good listener and a good problem solver. Terry Wagner, really good engineer, and had that black and white sense that an engineer needs sometimes, and that we need sometimes to balance the architect. It was just a really good marriage of three very unique viewpoints, and we continued to build that team through the years, surrounding ourselves with other
What are you
people
up to
doing
now?
the same things.
How many employees?
We have today we had like 10 interns start today, so I bet we're right at around 100 right now.
That's awesome.
And Pat and Terry have both since retired.
They have.
Pat just retired.
Yep, the end of the last year, and he's off doing. He's actually, I think, just getting back from Japan. He's traveling here the first few months of the year, and then he's starting a new thing toward the end of the year. And at the end of this year, I'm evolving. I won't be a partner anymore. When we set up the company, that's another thing. Strategically, we wanted to build it. We wanted to build it to with different owners. We actually have 14 distinct owners today for those 100 people. So we really wanted it to go live beyond us.
Keep going. Sure.
Keep going. Yeah, we wanted to keep going.
Absolutely.
So this year, you're saying this year you
Yeah, I won't. Different ways to say that. I'm distributing my stock, selling my stock, and then as of January 1, I'll be hopefully an employee.
Okay, right.
Because I'm not going to retire. I love discovered in 1975 and beyond that architecture is my hobby, and I love being around the young people in my office, and they keep me young. And I love solving problems with clients and continuing to build new relationships around the community. And
my dad jokes that he's like gonna just charge us consulting
Yeah.
fees for the rest of our lives.
yeah, same story, right?
You know, because
he's not retired.
should be
No.
there for the rest of his life.
His life, yeah, right. and so it's just kind of interesting because like you have so much experience, knowledge, all these different things that like somebody can call you up, like need you, be like, all right, it's gonna be $1,000 for today.
Well, so is it safe to say that you're the face of the company? Is that a
I
fair?
don't know. That's a stretch. We have, again, with 100 people, we have many faces. I would love it if people said I'm the heart and soul of the company, and that I try to bring my passion and knowledge and gray hair and history to share with the young people and everybody else at the company, and
That's awesome. I like that.
So
I
any
like that.
regrets? Anything
but
you can
face,
look
I'm
back
not
and-
sure you really want this to be the face of the company, but
I would. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm used to it.
yeah, I know you are. Yeah.
But are there any regrets? Anything that you wish you had done differently?
Yeah, I
along those
wish
lines?
I'd have gone out for high school. My basketball team in high school, we had a really good basketball team in high school. I know that was supposed to be a corporate
No,
regret
no,
kind of a
that's okay.
story.
But hey,
but I really, and I'm being flipped because, no, I mean, it's evolved. When we wrote our business plan, we were saying we want to max out at 25. We don't want to be a big, we don't want to be to those numbers. But what we discovered along the way to 25 and beyond 25 is we really wanted to continue to have a really good culture and work that culture and not feel like a 100-person company or a 50-person company. We wanted to feel more smaller than
You
that.
have employees in other cities,
We
right?
have Charlotte. Yeah, we have 10 people in Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of our business partners, Kevin Scully, moved to Charlotte and started that, and it's going.
And is that
really well.
growing down there? Or
It is.
that office getting bigger?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It started. In fact, I think we're in our third location. We started in a small Regis kind of a one room, and then leased some space. And just last year we upsized.
Yeah,
again.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's going.
That's a
really
big
well.
city. There's a lot of
It
stuff
is.
going on.
Yeah, I was
there.
going to ask why Charlotte? Just because of the
Direct flights, direct daily
Yeah.
flights. We had some existing clients there that we could build on those existing clients.
Right.
And it's a growing metropolis, obviously. And the markets that we're in, education, healthcare,
And
our workplace, they're all there.
and so
growing.
did Kevin volunteer, or did you just not like him, and so you had him go
You'll
down
have
there?
to ask, sit Kevin here and ask him that question. But no, he volunteered. He volunteered.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
I figured that was the case.
he's dynamic.
So there's
Dynamic.
there's 14 owners right now?
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. And is it one of those like kind of like where you see with the lawyers' offices, you can like kind of buy in and
Yeah, it's something
is that
like
kinda-
that. Yeah,
kinda
it's something like that. Yeah.
name on the wall type thing?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But we really work in a collaborative fashion. The 14 of us are always communicating and working hard at really trying to head us all rowing in the same direction.
Yep.
And with 14 different people, I mean, if you've rowed at all, I mean, or
Yeah, right.
I mean, you can
You gotta be in sync.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be in sync.
I read a book on like some rowing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The, the level of intensity.
Yeah.
And so tell me this, the 14 owners and all these employees, are they from this area or do you bring them in from outside?
They're all over.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
cool.
mean, I'd probably that's a really good question as far as the count. I would bet 60 to 70% are with from within 150 miles or a couple hours. But we're recruiting more and more from elsewhere, and
That's great.
Yeah.
So you said collaboration and everything
Mm-hmm.
like that. Part of the name. Are you collaborating with each other more? Or are you saying, all right, once the design is put in, here you go build it? Or are you guys even further into going into
we named the company intentionally. Obviously, design's a big part of what we're doing, and that listening and problem solving and all those kinds of things. But the collaboration, you got to collaborate with each other. Again, engineers, architects, interior designers, graphic designers. We've got to all be kind of in sync on the design side of things, but also with our clients. We have to. I mean, the best projects are the ones where the owners really take ownership in what the product is going to be, and we work hard to pull those kinds of things out of the owners. And then we think we work well with contractors too. We don't build, but we collaborate well, and that's a dance sometimes. There's push and a pull between the design and the build, and I think we try to work hard with those relationships too to collaborate along the way.
Yeah, yeah. We rebuilt our home, and we worked for like a almost felt like a year with a designer and architect.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like it became that time to build it, and it was constant. Like I'd be calling the architect still,
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey, I need help. Like, what does this mean? What is all this? You know what I mean?" But the technology we talk about, it's crazy that like everything that I got was 3D. Like I could walk basically through the home. I mean, virtually, right? But I mean, I've even seen it go so far as you put those virtual glasses on and you go in this big warehouse, and they kind of have a projector come down, and you're walking through your
How about
whole
that?
home,
That's pretty
all
cool.
the rooms. Because for
You guys
me,
do that, Ron?
We do more and more of that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like a really good way to figure something out.
Yeah.
well, and for me too, and my wife, it's like we didn't know this. you talk square feet, you talk all these different sizes and everything. You're like, you don't really know exactly how big that's going to be until you really walk into it. So it's definitely interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
We've not done so much of the glasses kinds of things. We've done a little bit of that, but almost any of our larger projects, we're walking clients through them virtually
On a screen.
On a screen.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me this. I mean, you go around town and everything, and you see your guys' signs, in my opinion,
We have
almost every corner.
Great marketing department.
That's where I'm going with this.
Fantastic.
Like, how did you guys like hire somebody, or is it just like a group that's doing your marketing?
No, we have people in house that
Yeah.
are just fantastic, and our social media presence is strong, and yeah, we're really trying to spread the word
Yeah,
try to be out there as much as possible, and beyond those kinds of things, job signs, and social media. Beyond that, we really also try to be in the community. We just had a presentation this morning. It's our Q1 update, and all the community things that we have done over the last 3 months, from Habitat for Humanity to Riverwalk cleanups. There's a construction project down in Charlotte that the team worked on. So we really try to work hard. I mean, we really work hard to be active in our communities. Again, whether it's Charlotte, whether it's Fort Wayne, or any other local community.
Yeah. So outside of design collaborative, what else do you like to do? What's your now you got 1 year left. I mean, what you gonna do?
Well, Dan knows I like to golf.
Ron's a big time golfer. Yep. We take a golf trip every year.
And that's actually about the only time I do golf.
Yeah, pretty much.
but it's a fun trip up in northern Michigan. It's always beautiful in August, that time of year.
Yes.
And I always lose money. We don't gamble, but I always lose, a little bit, a buck here and a buck there. I always lose money at the golf, but then euchre, I win the money back at the euchre table because he partners with one of our buddies that's just a terrible, terrible euchre player. I won't name his name, Rich Pakula, but it's okay. But so golf, travel. I love to travel. I love to hang with my kids, grandkids.
Oh, wait. Well, speaking of that, Ron, tell us about your really cool trip you did to some other countries with your children.
Yeah. So I mean, just the age I am at the spot where I am, and Design Collaboratives have been so fun for me to be to this point, and I'm very blessed to be at that point. So last year, I told my 3 kids, 1 week, one-on-one anywhere in the world. So last August, my middle daughter Anna and I went to Ireland and traveled to Ireland, and then in October, my oldest daughter Haley, we traveled to Italy, and then flew to Barcelona, where my son Adam met us in Barcelona, and then she flew home, and then he and I flew to England. We saw a bunch of soccer while we were in England.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we saw Arsenal play, and we saw Brighton play, and
do you look back at that with really fond memories of those experiences?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of great times, and and
very cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then this year, again, blessed. This year, I'm going to involve them and the grandkids this time, and spouses. And we're renting a house in Gulf Shores, Alabama. So again, so when you're asking what are the things I like to do, I really love my family.
Yeah,
they're just huge supports of me, and we just love
That's
hanging out.
amazing. I love that idea of doing like a one-on-one.
Yeah.
You pick.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Might steal that someday.
There, feel
good.
free.
Yeah.
Feel free.
So I noticed online that you are like certified, like you're like LEED and a couple other things. What do those all mean?
Oh, boy.
Like, what,
So-
did you do extra schooling for all those?
LEED certification is sustainable design. So, for instance, this building, I think this building was recognized as platinum, and so I'm a LEED accredited professional. We have several in the office. So, yes, a little bit of additional schooling there. Other than that, I have a Bachelor of Architecture, which is a 5-year program back in 1985.
So what makes like a building LEED? Is it because of it's going to last longer?
No, it's the energy consumption, energy it's taken, the health of the occupants. There's all kind. It's a scoring system that grades buildings on those kinds of elements.
Yeah, I read something on this building. It says like the air quality, I guess, is like top notch. You're actually like getting energy from the air because it's so pure.
I don't know about that, but that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so maybe that's part of it. But yeah, that's interesting.
All right, so I got one for you, and you.
Oh gosh,
Oh no, this is easy. So, growing up, you were in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and you're Billy. Mm-hmm. You're Dan. I never call you Danny.
Danny.
Lots
of people do.
I seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Because you call me Ronnie. I mean,
call
we're
you Ronnie
friends.
all the time.
And I have my little league baseball coach, and my mom, and Kelly Shields in my office calls me Ronnie D every once in a while, and then you're the only other person that calls me Ronnie, and I love it. I think that's
It's a term of endearment.
yeah,
No question about it. Yeah.
I know I took us down a path that I just took it. Down
I like
a path.
that path, actually.
So you go by Bill sometimes and Billy sometimes.
yes, like it's interesting you say that because my real name's William. No one's ever called me William. And then I went for work. I was like, I'm gonna go by Bill. And then, but yeah, you're right. Like everyone growing up who really know me, like they know me by Billy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's true.
Yeah.
You know, I do have a tendency to call people that I know well and that I like a lot. I always put not always, but I mostly put an E on the end of their name.
Yeah.
If they already have one on there,
Yeah.
then it's a little bit more tough.
Yeah. So let me get this right. You know them, you like them, and it's a term of endearment. So I still call you Daniel instead of Danny.
Daniel. The only time I've ever been called Daniel is if I was in trouble.
So a lot.
Daniel Copeland in this room. Come with me.
So I got a question about just, life and everything. Like I feel like a lot of people, like you even mentioned, come to you, you're the heart and soul of your company, with your family and everything. What would you say like is the reason why you're the go-to person for these a lot of things?
Wow. I think I know I like people, and I feel like I'm pretty genuine with how I treat people, and I feel like I'm. Gosh, this is really a hard question because it's making me say some nice things about myself, and that's really hard to do. Yeah. But I feel like I'm just generally a warm, caring person, and I think that comes across in my architecture and in what we do and how I treat people and with my family and even with this guy out on the golf course every so often. I mean,
so I'm curious. You say it's hard. It's difficult for you to say nice things about yourself.
Yeah.
Is that because there aren't any nice things to
That's
say,
exactly
or
right.
because you're just not used to doing that?
it's probably I'm not used to doing that. I'm not comfortable doing that kind of a thing.
Well, it's all true though, man. Because like I remember just running into you at Junior Achievement. Like I hadn't seen you in a long time, and it was just like we were just chatting it up, and I appreciate that because it's
Ron
real.
is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
Period.
There
you can feel though when somebody's like authentic, real, and you're one of those people. So that's
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and you help out the community. Like we help out the community in different ways, and I feel like that's a big tell of somebody because they're doing it not for themselves at all.
Yeah. Well, I love the project we just finished. You talk about Junior Achievement, and my oldest daughter Haley. I'm very proud. I'm proud of all three of my kids. I'm proud of her. She's a VP at Junior Achievement, and we worked together on the Legacy Park with Lena out there, and I'm proud of. I was happy to work with you on that, and it turned out so cool.
Yeah, Haley worked on that too.
She did not.
Okay.
Nope. She works on everything else at JA.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Oh, she's at JA.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Legacy Park's really cool. Like if anybody's ever around there, you can walk it. There's a bunch of different architecture around
It's
there.
a pretty cool.
It really is. It's a good gig. And then outside of that, the community involvement. I just want to recognize you for that. I mean, that's huge.
Thanks.
That's a big deal.
Thanks.
And it's not just you; your whole company is very involved.
Yeah, and it's good for the community, but it's amazing. It's not even amazing. It's good for business. I mean, if you're good to people, good to the community, you just receive back so much in return.
Indeed.
And,
yeah. Ron, what have we not talked about here today? What do you want to? Anything else on your mind that you want to?
How many strokes am I getting in Michigan this year? I need more than you normally give me, but
You probably do. So, I mean, we can talk about that. I would say you probably want
Probably off air, maybe.
36.
36. Okay.
This is recorded. This is
Right?
awesome. Yeah. This is good.
Hey, deal.
good.
Take it.
You know what? He's on everybody's team half the time anyway. So
Yeah.
we all benefit when he's on our team.
That's right.
That's right. There you go.
Well, you do. Thanks for coming on today. You do get your own very own Sasquatch tea. They sponsor us. It's a local tea, and Jake's got
Jake's coming through with some
There we
more.
go.
the good stuff.
Thank you so much.
But it's like organic. It's nice.
Yeah, I've really just become recently in the last year a tea drinker. So I'm kind of
You'll like it.
excited to try this.
Yeah. Some are caffeinated, so just beware.
Oh, okay.
Some aren't.
This one's a marigold flavored green tea. How do I tell if it's caffeinated or not?
I think that one's about halfway, 30 milligrams.
Okay. All right. I'll check that out.
But
Where can you buy this product?
mostly online. There's a couple stores in town, stores in town that hold it. But I would go to SasquatchTea.com.
Do you know which stores?
Yeah, there's Nolts. It's up north, Leo Crossing. Nolts has it.
Very cool.
Well,
Thanks for that.
Ron, I'll tell you what, man, that was fun. I know that like a lot of people they know what architecture is, and they see your guys' name, but they don't know what you guys actually are doing, the detail you guys are going into. I mean, yeah, you're saying your hand around it, but there's people on computers all day, I'm sure. And just
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
And
From the beginning to turning the keys over.
Yeah.
It's a very rewarding thing. And
Well, I'm going to just say one thing unrelated to business. One more thing is that Ron and I hang out a lot. We spend a lot of time at the lake together. We were there yesterday moving his jet ski lift.
you were kind of grumpy about that, by the
No,
way.
I wasn't.
Was it cold?
No. He was in the middle of something, and I texted him.
No,
and
I
he
wasn't
came over.
grumpy. I just
He had things to do.
I did.
He had things to do.
Yeah.
No, but I appreciate it. I mean, it took us 5 minutes.
Hey, we got it done.
Yeah, we got it
And
done.
I had to
We
leave.
got it done.
And
Yeah.
So
What were you going to say? No, just
that we do a lot of stuff together. We always have a lot of fun.
We do.
We have great fun. We go out to eat and play cards and
Chinese checkers.
Chinese checkers. That's a pretty fun game actually. Ron's really good at that. He beats everybody all the time.
Yeah.
But we just have lots of fun.
Yeah.
It's a really, and I love having him as my friend.
That's great.
And I would also say your buddy Jim Kratzit is also a great friend,
Mm-hmm.
and you're willing to hang out with him. We're supposed to have wine and potato chips, I think.
That's right, at my house.
on your porch
Yeah.
sometime.
Yep.
This summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
gonna
got
do
that
that.
$12 Target bottle waiting for
I
you.
do.
So-
I do have that wine for you. Yeah. Well, back at you, man.
Yeah.
You know how much I enjoy you.
Yep.
One of the funniest guys I've ever met. I went to Nate Bargatze last night. That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, my daughter went to that
Oh,
too.
yeah.
She
She
said
liked
he
him?
was great. Yeah.
He was great.
I heard he's like
You're
straight-
funnier, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's clean though, right? Like
Nate makes more money at it than I do.
Yes,
but,
he does.
But I didn't want to go to that because nothing against the Coliseum, but I don't think a comedy show belongs in the Coliseum. It just doesn't seem like it would flow well to me. How did that go?
It was well. It went well. They made it as intimate as it could be for 20,000 people.
yeah, a lot of people. But
it was.
I've been to it. It's,
Did he
they're
walk
pretty good.
like down into?
No, he was in the center. In the
middle of
in the
the-
middle, and they had the cameras positioned just right and they had these huge screens. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of like it
So it was a good show.
It was a really good show.
You didn't sit front row to get made fun of.
Oh,
or
no
nothing,
way.
did you?
No. There was a couple people. That got
You
made
know,
fun of.
I tell you, he did one of the funniest bits, and a lot of people probably already know about it. But the funniest bit on Saturday Night Live when he was playing the part of George Washington, and they had gotten their freedom from England, the United States, and he's talking about all these things about what we get to make up everything we're doing now on our own, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah,
And
you gotta watch that one.
You got to watch it. It's really so.
really
Go on YouTube and find Saturday Night Live Nate Bargatze doing George Washington, but it's a hilarious bit. Have you seen that?
No, I gotta
Oh,
watch
you
that
have
one.
to watch
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah,
really,
that's good.
really funny.
Yeah. Well, Billy, I really appreciate letting me do this and let me explain a little bit about the architecture thing. I'm really proud of what we've done and what we're able to do and the things around
Yeah,
town.
your
that
guys'
they do.
story needed to be told for
Thanks.
sure.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ron, thank you for coming in. Thanks for taking time out of your day. I know you're busy, but we appreciate it a lot. So
All right.
thank you.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.